Now, how do you step away from walking out of the oldest cabin built in the 1860s in Tacoma and then whoop, spin right around and be facing one of my favorite coffee shops? Well, that is just one of the many joys of living in Tacoma's most iconic and oldest neighborhood, Old Town. Today, we're gonna walk you through the neighborhood of Old Town and see if it's right for you. But more importantly, we might show you that Old Town is not the best spot for you, but we're gonna check it out and we're getting after it right now. Hey, Chris, myself, and our team, we're getting phone calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Tacoma. So whether you're looking at making your move in the next 3 days or the next 3 months, shoot us a phone call, text, or an email, just like these guys and these guys and these guys did, so we can help you make that smooth move out to Tacoma. If you like having a drink or two of really any kind, Old Town Tacoma is going to be your spot. This place right behind us right here, the Spar, is actually the first saloon that was ever opened up in Tacoma. It's right here in Old Town. They have great drinks. They have really good bar food. It's a cool place to stop in. Got a nice little historical spin to it. I love a good strong pour of whiskey, so they have that situated. Down this way, if you head down more towards Point Ruston, down the waterfront, you're going to Anthem Coffee. My neighbor Brian owns all of those. It's a fantastic coffee house. So if you're somebody that works from home and maybe you're not wanting to just kick it at the house, you're looking for an additional place to drink some coffee, have a nice spot to work out of, that is a fantastic place to check out. So the girl at Anthem just gave me this refresher reviver thing. It basically tastes like poison and blueberries or apples. Damn, it is good, and there's a lot of caffeine in it. So me to pick up down here in Old Town. This is probably terrible for you, but God, it's good. And then there is a winery down here on the corner as well. So if wine is more your speed, that's a good spot. And then down, I don't know if you can see the Northwest Fish Market down there. That place has the best fish and chips. So you can literally leave your house, walk down to the waterfront right there and grab some fish and chips. We got our friend, we got a C-130 coming through. Nick Cox, one of my really good clients and friends. Bro, if that's you flying, I see you. No reason to fly in the back of the video, but this is right here on 30th and McCarver in Old Town. Now, otherwise, a lot of the commercial spots here in Old Town, you have a lot of small businesses, a lot of law firms. There is a really nice lash place up here that's got a pretty good discount for everybody that lives in Old Town. So ladies, there you go. But yeah, a lot of law groups, things like that. So that is sort of this little pocket of commercial space here in Old Town. Here at Gateway Park, we're right on the street of Star and 30th. Old Town kind of sits situated between Star and Carr Street and is an absolute stunner. Look, if you love being by the water, this neighborhood is definitely one of my favorites. You've got views of Browns Point, Vashon Island, everything, like from right here. Like you have Browns Point right there in the distance. In fact, the little white lighthouse right there is one of the first places I ever went and checked out when I moved to the area and ended up taking my kids out there to check it out. It's also the first place I ever wrecked my drone while filming a video. So you have all of this waterfront that really just runs down the entire course of the area. You'll see people out here with sailboats. You'll see them out here kayaking, paddle boarding, just playing with the seals on the little beaches. Some people actually do like to jump into the water here and swim. I'm gonna tell you, the sound is really cold. Don't let your kids swim in it. Nothing like, I guess, super wrong with it, but it's freezing. On top of that, like, there are killer whales, seals, sharks, octopus, crabs. So if you want your kiddos to swim in there, or if you want to swim in there, make sure you got the tolerance to deal with that. I personally, I like to chicken out a little bit. I mean, I'll go down there and mess with the seals when they're out and about, but this is a really common occurrence for a lot of people that live in Old Town. They'll come down and just walk and enjoy this waterfront. Ultimately, there are a few neighborhoods here in Tacoma that have a lot of great waterfront, but I think that Old Town has a particularly beautiful stretch of waterfront that coming down one of these big steep hills here in Old Town, you really get a great look at some of the housing here in Tacoma's oldest neighborhood. There's everything from like modern homes to Victorian to Tudors, and they all are insanely unique. One of the things I love is I love the sprinkled in of different generations of pre-war homes with unique Northwestern type homes. And then, you know, like something like this, like a little bit of a modern home just thrown right in here. And with all of these homes built, you know, really on these big steep hills, like we were talking about, really no matter where you're at as you're coming down, boom, you got the water down there. So really almost all these properties have some form of a view of water from the house, which is incredible. And them being up on the hills, it makes it really easy to get that option. Now, as you can tell, it's a relatively quiet part of Tacoma. Not a whole lot of through traffic here, which makes Old Town something that's really appealing for anyone who wants to be kind of close to the magic, but doesn't want to be right in the middle of all of it. So, you know, the waterfront is obviously like just right down there. So you're really close to the waterfront. In fact, you can get on, you know, Ruston Way and be down kind of the epicenter of Ruston in just a few minutes there. Of course, it's completely lined with parks all the way down to Point Ruston. Down there, of course, you have the movie theater, which, you know, my family is a huge fan of. You also have Stack 571 for burgers, Ice Cream Social, Copper and Salt. You can rent little scooters and, you know, drive around the waterfront. It's a really amazing little spot, and you are right there by it. Again, check out this hill. Look, if you could get 15-year-old me on a skateboard with that hill, that would be sick. Check this out. This is apparently Tacoma's oldest building and first church right here. So got that 150 years at the church here. But yeah, I love these hills. Now, I will tell you, if you're, you know, maybe a little bit older and walking up and down really steep hills isn't something that you're going to be necessarily in love with, then this might not be the best option for you. Other thing too, with an area like this that has hills that are kind of comparable to, you know, what you might see in like San Francisco, is traffic patterns, especially in inclement weather, can make this a really rough area. You'll end up noticing a lot more cars sliding, a lot more people end up staying home that live in this area when inclement weather hits. But on a day like today, where it's just sunny and beautiful, you know, man, how could you not want to be out? The Old Town Tacoma is definitely one of the top tier areas in this entire city. Old Town is considered to be in the north end of Tacoma, so we're really close to Yakima Hill, Stadium District, and places like Proctor. Now, what's cool about it is all four of these little areas have their own micro subcultures. So within just a few minutes of being in North Tacoma, you really have an opportunity to be in a lot of different places. This particular area is extremely quiet. Now, I will tell you, up here, I've not seen a lot of children running around in Old Town, but I do see a lot of folks who are out on walks, on runs, who are jogging. I do see a lot of folks who I would say are probably around 40 or up in this area. And I gotta tell you, it's not really too much of a surprise. I mean, when you look at these homes, you know, you can tell they're a little bit more expensive, coming in somewhere between like 600,000, and then if you're you hit something like up there, you know, you're definitely going to be 1.5 to $2.5 million. Well, so is it a family community? Absolutely. I would feel super comfortable like bringing my kids out here. Like, you see very minimal traffic, you hear very little noise. If I have teenagers, I'm actually really comfortable with them walking this area and heading down to the little commercial district here in Old Town. Now, am I going to be cool with them going all the way down to Point Ruston? I mean, not if they can't drive. That is a long walk. Of course, there are a lot of parks along this entire way right here, but they're all pretty much waterfront. So I definitely would say if you have little ones or dogs, that's something you're going to want to keep an eye out for, and make sure they're not getting too far away. But are you not exactly sure if Old Town is right for you? Well, that's why you have to reach out to us. Chris and I, we know the ins and outs of all of these neighborhoods. So whether this is a great fit for you, whether you're feeling like maybe something else is better, that is exactly why you got to give us a call. We can save you all that headache. So right now, choose a phone call, text, or that email, or set up that Zoom call. Overall, man, I love the fact that I'm right here in the north end. I'm seeing such a huge variety of homes, different types of landscaping, different types of architecture. I love these big hills, the view of the water. It seems like as I walk around every single house, I see, the water again at the end of every street. So no matter which street you're driving down here in Old Town, you just get this really cool view of the Puget Sound and Commencement Bay. So if you're working at Port of Tacoma, something like that, this will be an incredible area to work and live in. I mean, man, just look at this stuff. This area is awesome. Hey, now that we've talked a little bit about the homes here, let's jump in the Challenger, take a quick cruise around the area, and let's take a look at some of the variety of the homes here and see if it's something that you might like. All right, well, there you have it. We've taken you around Old Town. We've looked at some of the homes, explored the waterfront, talked about some of the historical downtown and commercial areas, and hopefully really giving you an idea of whether or not Old Town Tacoma is the right neighborhood for you. Again, Chris, myself, and the team, we are getting these phone calls, texts, and emails every single day for people just like you. They're looking to make their move out here to Tacoma. So whether you're looking at making that move in the next 3 days or 3 months, shoot us that phone call, text, or an email so we can help you make that smooth move out here to Tacoma. And until next time, I can't wait till you're out here down in Old Town so I can show you around.